Well, let's get to the story as it's breaking right now. The Reserve Bank of India has announced its new credit policy. Interest rates have gone up and the interest rate revision is higher than expected. Interest rates have been revised. Reverse repo rate is up by 50 basis points. Repo rate is up by 25 basis points. That's the information we have at the moment. And joining me to understand the credit policy better is Mr. Raheja, Managing Director of Raheja Developers. Let's go across to Mr. Raheja, who's joining us in our Noida studio. Mr. Raheja, interest rates have gone up, which essentially means that there's an expectation that the banks this time around might also revise the base rate. Until now, we had seen the banks revising the prime lending rates, which is, of course, applicable to all the existing customers. But now, even the new customers might feel the pinch as banks look at revising the base rate. So what kind of an impact do we see this having on the real estate space?
See, the real estate has started coming out of the recession just recently now. And what we see, the current demand is based upon the actual users and not upon speculators and investors. At this stage, increase in the base rate and consequent increase in the interest rate and EMIs is definitely going to impact, because those people who were waiting for the last 2 years and looking at that, okay, now they can afford to make payment of EMI, and they started buying apartments now. The people who are on just the marginal level, it's going to deter them once again.
So you're saying the mid-income housing segment?
Mid-income housing segment is definitely going to get impacted. And at least marginally it is going to get impacted.
Mr. Raheja, you said that the mid-income housing segment is going to be affected. So by what are we talking about in terms of demand, and also what's the outlook on real estate prices going forward?
See, it's not only that part. Another part is, as the interest rates go up, the cost of money also goes up. And cost of money to working capital and to developers also goes up. And that gets ultimately loaded upon to the customer only. So overall, the property prices are also going to go up with this, subsequently.
But already we are seeing a bubble in the market, and you're saying property prices are going to go up?
Because the cost is going to go up. And
your
already
borrowing cost will also go up.
Our cost will also go up.
So can you give us a short-term view on where property prices are headed?
The property prices, actually, after 2 years of recession, the people were underselling, people were trying to create liquidity by whatever money they could get,
Right.
Now they had started making marginal profits and started coming out of it, And at this stage, now there is another problem.
Sure.
And we can simply hope that it will not really affect to an extent that we again go back to the same situation.
Sure.
But the markets are looking good.
Okay.
As on today, and the demand is going up.
Sure. All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. Mr. Raheja, many thanks. Mr. Dipankar Das Gupta and Ashok Kumar, thank you very much. As always, credit policies, of course, here, interest rates have gone up, and the increase is, of course, more than expected. On that note, we're going to slip into a short break. But after the break, flood threat looms large on Bihar. More than 2 lakh